Okay, we have a nice comeback, senior image manager, and we are here talking about a very interesting topic, data. Data. Who speaks about the importance of data? Everybody does. Data in farming are absolutely essential, even though they tend to be forgotten. But actually, they have become like oil, like fuel. Data will be fundamental starting from the 1st of January 2025 because they will allow companies to explain what they and understand what they are doing in the field, because AGEA will ask them to fill a so-called countryside notebook, which will collect whatever a farm does. Actually, a farm produces or allows people to produce food, and food is eaten. So even the smallest producer must ensure food safety, and to ensure food safety, data must be collected. Each farmer must state what they have done, from the seeding to various procedures like plant protection, fertilization, how much water has been used. So there are so many records that needs to be taken care of, and these records are full, are brimming with data that can be used by farms to give made in Italy products more value. But if they are analyzed properly, these data can be used to give farming machine producers what is needed in farming activities. But all these data are required for Italian products only. What about imported products? Well, this is a serious problem because we, as Italian farmers, must compete in our heads with the products coming from other countries. And what people are thinking of is, in order to be successful with the final customer, I must keep low prices. But actually, this is not necessarily the case. Well, this is what many people think in other fields as well, yes. And many farmers are willing to sell for a few cents less, provided they sell. But actually, we live in a country where, by law, we are the country in the world with the highest food safety. And for 35 years, we have adopted integrated pest management. Our farmers are used to employing very little chemicals or low water input. What's, however, a problem is that we know it, but we don't record data, so we can't really communicate this. With the countryside notebook, this data can be collected and communicated. And if a farmer provides raw materials, but also data, well, the value of the raw material is higher. Let's take wheat. If it's just wheat, it's a commodity. If this wheat is accompanied by data saying that that wheat was produced in Tuscany at a certain altitude with a certain protein content, whatever, at that point, that wheat is not commodity, it's a specialty. This is why now we have some pasta which is sold 30 cents per kilo, and other pasta is sold €6 per kilo. You need the same ingredient, but the pasta sold at €6 per kilo has a history, as it were. And in order to have a history, you need a narrative, and the narrative depends on data. If you want to make a narrative, you need data. So data can be very useful. You have also dealt with another subject. Why does a farmer buy a certain machine instead of another? Yes, but we did this piece of research together with Nomisma. Nomisma is a famous economic research center, so they are qualified, and we asked Nomisma to administer our community, which is made up of 299,000 members, to administer a set of questionnaires to understand what has an impact on the purchase of agricultural machines. And we dispelled a few myths. We have understood a few things, because in 2 weeks we collected 361 complete questionnaires, and for each questionnaire more than 15 minutes were needed. So quite a lot, because some time had to be dedicated to this, and these questionnaires were full of information. We think that farms are frightened, are scared by technology. No, technology is not a problem. This is what we saw. Farmers would like to buy technology. The main problem is the limited financial availability, and at the same time the limited financing tools and the various announcements made, for example, a new banking opportunity, new loans. Well, this is a double-edged sword, because this means that people tend to postpone purchases, waiting for better conditions, and then they wait again. And these are political promises that are not always fulfilled. So technology does not scare farmers, but money does. I mean, the availability of money and of getting loans. And having access to credit is not easy. But going back to data, farmers do not have the data that banks need. Italian farmers are not required to issue financial statements, so it's a different tax system. So when banks ask for financial statements, they do not exist. And when they ask for additional information, data is not available. So the relationship between farm and bank is very complicated. And in this case, data can help very much. The survey also showed that the machine fleet, the machines, is sometimes too old, and we have a high percentage of farms with very old machines, 30 or even older, 30-year-old machines. This is something that we have highlighted more than once. But this is the dual nature of agriculture. There is an effort being made to go towards green technologies, less impacting technologies, but at the same time, there are still people who use really obsolete agricultural machines. We are talking about organic products, and we know that because of Green Deal and Farm to Fork, at least 25% of arable land should be devoted to organic products, but you can do organic products with a 60-year-old tractor, and so in that case oil would be used instead of a more environmentally friendly fuel. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Could you give me further details on your organization? Agronotizie. You simply Google Agronotizie and you get to us. With reference to the countryside notebook, you simply have to Google Quaderno di Campagna. Thank you. Thank you very much.